Hi students, today we are going to move on to the revision topic of chapter 3rd, Matter. Now what is matter? Matter, that is anything that has mass and occupies space. Matter is classified into two, that is living matter and non-living matter. What is living matter? What is a living matter? Those can reproduce, can grow and move by themselves. They are called as living matter. Of which non-living matter, straight opposite, that cannot grow, move or reproduce by itself is called as non-living matter. Non-living matter is classified into major two groups, that are natural matter and the second one is man-made matter. Of course, natural matter means which are produced by nature. So they are called as natural matter. And which man-made matter means which are produced artificially by man is called as a man-made matter. Now, all we were learning about matter. What are the classifications of matter? Or how can matter be composed? That we are going to learn. The composition of matter is made up of atoms and molecules. Now what are atoms? The smallest unit of matter is called as atom, and over which two or more atoms combine together to form molecule. So that two terms are being clear. Matter is being composed of atom. So all the smallest unit of matter is called as atom, and two or more atoms combine together to form molecules. Then we were moving, just jumping about what are the states of matter. So states of matter are classified into three subgroups, that are solid, liquid and gases. Now if we are going to revise each one topic of solid, liquid and gases, the first is solid. It has definite size and definite shape. Whereas liquid, it occupies the shape of the container. It occupies the shape of the container. That's why it is said as it has a definite volume, but it occupies the shape of the container in which it is put. And gases. Gases neither have a definite shape nor have a definite volume. Now next we are going to have a revise about topics, that is properties of solid, liquid and gases. Based on their composition, their properties varies. So we will just jump on to that. Characteristics of matter. The particles move in random motion. They have a space between. The particles have space between, so that space between each particle is called as intermolecular spacing. Whereas when the particles attract together, that force of attraction is called as intermolecular force of attraction. The difference between the properties of matter is due to its cohesive force and random motion. Now what is cohesive force? The force of attraction between like particles is called as cohesive force. In case of solid, solid have a high, or we can say it has most cohesive force than liquid and gases. Whereas liquid has weaker cohesive force, and compared to the solid and liquid, gases has the weakest cohesive force. Now of which we appointed the second, that is random motion, in which there is two subdivision, that is Brownian movement and diffusion. Now what is Brownian movement? The zigzag motion of a particle along with its medium is called as Brownian movement. Brownian movement, for understanding that, we have an experiment based on leucopodium powder. Then diffusion. The phenomena of intermixing the mixture of one kind with another kind is called as diffusion. Compared to the states of matter, gases has the highest level in diffusion. It diffuses very easily liquid has a lowest point of diffusion in which it is categorized into two states, that is miscible liquid and immiscible liquid. Now the term miscible liquid means which intermix with each other, means two states of liquid that intermix with each other are called as miscible liquid, whereas that does not intermix and form a two different layer, they are called as immiscible liquids. Example of miscible is water, and we can say about alcohol, whereas example of miscible liquid is water and oil. Now we termed about gases also, liquid also. But what about solid? The diffusion in solid, does it takes place? Now solid, we know the property of solid is they are rigid. Hence diffusion does not takes place. But they can be diffused very lightly in terms of its temperature. When temperature increases, even solid also diffuses very lightly. Next topic we are going to refer at effect of heat on matter. There are basic three effects, that are interconversion of states of matter, as well as thermal expansion and chemical change, of which very first point is interconversion of states of matter. It is a process by which the matter is converted from one state to another and back to its original without changing its chemical composition. The example for that is, if we take some ice cubes. Ice cubes are in solid states. When we give heat over the ice cubes get easily converted into water. Now the solid converted into liquid, that means from one state to another. Again back to the water, if we give some boiling process, that means heat, then what happens? Water turns to water vapor, that means from liquid to gaseous state. But same process if we cool down in the sense the heating process is avoided. The water vapor converts back into water and the water can again convert back into ice. That means there is no change in its chemical composition. Some terms related, that is melting. The conversion of solid to liquid is called as a melting, where a melting point in the sense the fixed temperature at which the solid turns into liquid is called as melting point. Second, we are going to learn about vaporization. The change in state of liquid to vapor state is called as vaporization. The conversion of liquid state into gaseous state. Boiling. The change of water, that is a liquid state, into vapor state, that is a gaseous state, is called as boiling, whereas the fixed temperature at which liquid turns into gaseous is called as boiling point. The process in which the gaseous state convert into liquid state is called as condensation, and a fixed temperature at which the gaseous state converts into liquid state is called as condensation point. Now next, freezing point. The process in which the liquid state convert into solid is called as freezing point, and the liquid converts into solid, it is called as freezing point. Our next is expansion of heating. The matter that expands on heating. All matter that is solid, liquid and gases expands on heating. The last point is chemical changes. In chemical changes, even the states of matter that is solid, liquid and gases changes chemically from one state to another state, and it would form a new matter which has different property than the original. For example, burning